So if you didn't come on my court today with your stanky attitude, if you didn't come on my court today with your disrespectful disposition, if you didn't come on my court today with your rude behavior, then it wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. Wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. So you're rude and disrespectful, Miss Wilson. You're rude and disrespectful. And the fact that you're talking right now shows me how rude and disrespectful you are. You have no contriteness about yourself. You have no humility about yourself. You're simply rude and disrespectful to the court. But there's never going to be a day that I allow you to come to my job and be rude and disrespectful to me without consequence. Okay. Blessed assurance. Let's try Miss Wilson again.
Okay.
And then we could bring Miss Mostrick out because she's finished.
Okay.
Miss Wilson, we can't even see you, ma'am. What's going on? Yeah, Zoom court has lost its appeal. Zoom court has lost its appeal. We're going to be coming back in person. This is case number. I can't even see. Who is this?
This is to be Danielle Wilson, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is case number 234469501. The people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Wilson. The defendant is charged with one count of assault or assault and battery. And today is the day set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Danielle Wilson. Ms. Wilson, ma'am, please unmute and please tell the judge your full name.
Danielle Jennifer Wilson.
Today is a day set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Ms. Wilson, Your Honor, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Judge, it's the first scheduling of the pretrial conference. I'm going to ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference to give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear. And Your Honor, for the court's information, the second defendant was scheduled for August 17th for an adjourned pretrial conference.
Who was the co-defendant on Wilson?
Miss Haley.
Oh, okay.
Under 830.
So did Ms. Stevenson, did you all represent Ms. Haley?
I have, my note indicates that Ms. Haley should be here as well. Just one second, Judge.
Both here. I already did Ms. Haley's. Ma'am, put your
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Text and stuff while we in court.
Okay, thank you for that information, Your Honor. In that, Ms. Haley was defendant number 2. Our normal practice is to request that the court appoint counsel for for subsequent defendants. So we usually take defendant number 1, Your Honor. So I will leave that to the court's discretion as to which of these defendants we should represent.
If this courtroom trial has you hooked, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more intense trials and shocking outbursts. Your support means a lot to us. Thanks.
I was waiting to see, I was just waiting. I was wondering if Ms. Wilson was going to unmute herself and apologize to the court.
I'm sorry. I just picked my phone up. I have an interview to be at. I'm not going to be able to make it. So.
And apparently you blaming that on me.
No, ma'am.
Well, your attitude sucks. You talking to me random. You talking to me like I'm on the street. You talking to me like I ran into you in the neighborhood. You talking to me like I'm not Judge Lenise Bryant. So the fact that you scheduled an interview on the same day that you had court, that sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision. That sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision.
I did not
But
schedule
what
my.
you're not going to do is come into my courtroom and be disrespectful. That apology was, I guess I shouldn't have even mentioned it because it certainly wasn't sincere. So let me just help you with something. You can continue to come to my courtroom with a bad attitude, and it's only going to work out poorly for you. It's not going to work out poorly for me. It's only going to work out poorly for you. So when one has court, then you have to understand that court could take, I'm not even going to continue because she is really on her way to contempt. She is really on her way to contempt. So let's go ahead and let her come in person. Okay. We're going to come in person. So the court is going to adjourn Ms. Wilson's pretrial conference to next week. She's going to come in person. I'm going to set the matter for 8:34. She's going to come in person on let's see, today. Oh, that's today. So we're going to come in person on Monday, July the 24th. And we're going to come at 8:34.
Your Honor.
24th. At 8:34. Failure to appear is going to result in the bond being revoked, court issuing a capias, and the court is going to set the bond in the amount of $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. Is there anything else for the record?
My mother has an appointment on Monday. She just had knee surgery, and I have to drive her at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, I mean, we all have to make choices. Is there anything else for the record? Because we wouldn't be dealing with your mother's surgery if you was respectful today. So if you didn't come on my court today with your stanky attitude, if you didn't come on my court today with your disrespectful disposition, if you didn't come on my court today with your rude behavior, then it wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. Wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. So you're rude and disrespectful, Miss Wilson. You're rude and disrespectful. And the fact that you're talking right now shows me how rude and disrespectful you are. You have no contriteness about yourself. You have no humility about yourself. You're simply rude and disrespectful to the court. But there's never going to be a day that I allow you to come to my job and be rude and disrespectful to me without consequence. You're rude. You're disrespectful. I didn't charge you with the crime. I didn't set your court date for today. I showed up for work. And when I got up this morning to show up for work, I didn't say, let me put on a robe so Miss Wilson can be rude and disrespectful. Ms. Stevenson, I'm going to send Ms. Wilson back to the breakout room because if she say one more thing to me in her tone, she going to jail. So I'm going to let her tell you about her mother, because if she says one more thing to me in that tone, she's going to jail.
Okay.
There is an appropriate and respectful way to ask the court. If you turn your head from me one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt. I promise you. I make a promise to you. We're going to take a recess. No, Miss Modrick, come on camera. I won't recess before I let you get discharged. Come on camera. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me turn it on. All right. Oh, Ms. Stevenson, are we ready to go back on the record with Ms. Wilson?
Yes, Your Honor, if it pleases the court.
All right, I'll do Wilson and then Goodwin Jackson. And then did you get a chance to speak to Mr. McLean yet?
Not yet. I'll do that as soon as I finish with Ms. Wilson.
Okay. All right, we're back on the record then with case number 234469501, the People versus Danielle Wilson. Ms. Stevenson?
Janice Stevenson, again, appearing on behalf of Ms. Danielle Wilson. And Your Honor, we would ask that this matter, that if the court is not going to grant our motion to dismiss, we would ask that this matter be set for adjourned pretrial conference requiring the complainant's presence, along with the co-defendant, Ms. Sharniqua Haley, whose matter was heard this morning.
I apologize. You're asking me not to adjourn the matter to make have Ms. Wilson come in person, but to set it with the co-defendant?
I am, Your Honor. Yes, that is what I'm asking for, Your Honor. Ms. Wilson.
Why would I do that? Ms. Wilson was very rude and disrespectful.
For judicial economy, Your Honor, and I know that that's not the court's highest concern.
It's not even my concern, period. Ms. Wilson was rude, disrespectful, and it's not my concern, period.
I understand.
She doesn't know how to come to court on Zoom. She needs to come in person.
And she definitely,
for her any courtesy. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's a courtesy.
She will be coming to court in person going forward.
Yeah, Zoom court has lost its appeal. Zoom court has lost its appeal. We're going to be coming back in person.
We're just asking it be the same day as the co-defendant. Ms. Wilson just has too many stressors in her life, and at this point, we'll have to continue to learn to properly direct whatever kind of excess energy she has. And that's just going to be a process. But I would ask at this point in that she's very, very, very upset at the entire situation, not the court itself, but at the case that brings her to court, and some other things that are going on in her life. But that doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with this court. It does not put Ms. Wilson in a position to improperly direct her frustrations. But in order for the case to keep moving, I would ask that we have adjourned pretrial conference the same day as Ms. Haley.
I'm going to deny your motion, your request, but I will move the adjourn date till Tuesday, July the 25th.
Okay, we had jury trial that day.
I'm going to move the date to Tuesday, July 25th at 8:34. Ms. Silman, you're going to send a notice to Ms. Carter that we need counsel appointed for Ms. Wilson, and let Ms. Carter know that the proceeding is in person. Let Ruth Carter know that the proceeding is in person. As I previously indicated, failure to appear will result in a warrant being issued and the KP is being set, the bond being set at $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. Anything further?
Judge, is the court requiring the complaining witness's presence on Tuesday?
No.
Okay, nothing further from the people, Judge. Thank you.
We have nothing on behalf of Ms. Wilson. Thank the court very much.
Now, Ms. Ritter, that's just because I'm adjourning today's proceeding, so it'll proceed as though it was today.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
Danielle Wilson didn't just face a judge that day. She faced the consequences of bringing a bad attitude into a place that demands accountability. Judge Bryant's message was crystal clear. The courtroom is not a place for defiance. But what do you think? Should personal stress ever excuse courtroom behavior? Or was the judge right to draw the line where she did? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us and witnessing this intense courtroom moment. If this trial got you thinking, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Stay tuned for more gripping courtroom moments as we continue to bring you the most shocking trials. See you in the next one.